Welcome, foolish mortals. It is about that time. A couple seconds early here, but got about 5 minutes until the show drops. I thought I'd come in a little early, see, get everybody around, know when we're starting the episode. So, this is episode 7 of WandaVision. There's only 8 episodes as far as I know, so this episode should have tons of stuff in it. Lots of answers to questions, hopefully. Hey, WDB Figs, how you doing? Jurassic, how are you? I can't wait. We're finally here. Another 5 minutes till the episode drops, and then we will be ready to go. They need to, excuse me, they need to start dropping these episodes a little earlier for the rest of the country. Yes. I can't wait to see what this week's episode is going to be about. You know, last week's was Malcolm in the Middle, which I didn't catch at first because I hadn't seen it in so long. But I will be 50 this year. So I'm an old dude. So staying up this late or, getting up this early, depending on your point of view, is a pain some days. But I have to be up at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning to go to work anyway, so I got to work 12s tomorrow, so cool. Jurassic, I got to go through. I need to go through and finish watching all your videos. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my mom just turned 70, and she looks like she's about 55, so our family always looks young until we hit about 80, and then just time slaps us in the face and just crushes us. My dad turned 72 recently, and he looks pretty decent for his age, but he's finally starting to really show his age too. So I have been down to the Springs. The Springs is very nice, especially the Garden of the Gods and Red Rocks area is really nice. And Cave of the Winds, which is a large stalactite and stalagmite. I can't say museum, but just a touristy spot down in the Springs, which is nice. Have you been down there? The Springs is nice. It's only about an hour drive. Not really that long anymore, just because we get to drive, almost 80 now. So, but oddly enough, where I work, we have people who actually drive up from the Springs every day. So, when it snows, it can be a little bit of a hassle. But other than that, it's pretty nice. Oh, 58. Okay, let me get this window. That all situated. So what I think we're going to do is wait until just a couple minutes after 1 until it drops, and then I'll let everybody know what timestamp we're going to start on. Because unless the episode starts right away, we'll skip all the previously on WandaVision stuff and skip the opening credits all the way over. That's a good idea of how to, keep a set. I saw I was on a hunt today, and there's not a lot of new Jurassic stuff at all, but they must be shipping. There's an Echo Raptor, I think it was called, and there is he must come whole cases because there is at least 30 of him at this Walmart. So there's no way that he's, a couple things in a box and had that many. I don't know. Um, the whole episode is very quarantiney. The whole series is, but I think most of WandaVision was finished before the quarantine started. Um, I think there was some post production stuff that was delayed. That's why it was delayed. Kind of like The Mandalorian was delayed slightly because it had post production stuff it needed finished. Okay, so that's 1 a.m. So go ahead and. What? Oh, man, now it's making me sign in again. Hey, Sleeping, how you doing? Great stream tonight. What are you doing? Come on. There we go. There might be too many people trying to get in all at once and crash the server. Is anybody on actually can see Disney Plus at the moment? Try again. Okay, I can get to the login screen, which I shouldn't have to do anymore. I might have to just wait a few minutes and let people kind of go. All right, no worries, Jurassic. Thanks for dropping by. Hit that like button on your way out if you would. Hey, Franco, how you doing? Nate, what's up? All right, let's try this again. Yeah, I think it's way too many people trying to log in all at once. Hey, Space Buns, how you doing? Thanks for waking up or staying up. I know, and now it's not. Wouldn't that be something? That's because of all the weather stuff. Somehow it's delaying this. Hang on a second. I want to see something. There's a. Do that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a. Looks like Disney Plus is down for the moment. Hey, Nerf, how you doing? Disney is being hoisted on its own petard here. Oh, thank you. I like him, and I actually found the Winter Soldier as I was going through a box the other day. So now I have Iron Man and Cap and the Winter Soldier from that set, which I didn't honestly know. Okay, let's see. Try again. Disney Plus. Yeah, it's crashed. Well, so we can give it a couple more minutes and see if it if it fixes itself. There's just too many people trying to get in all at once. So why if they did this at like, midnight Central Time, it would work better. But I guess it's only midnight in California, so.
Things are changing. The milk party just changed.
Disney Plus. Log in. Man, this sucks. Somebody must have it because there's another streamer who is watching it live. And all the people in his stream keep saying that it's all frozen and they can't see anything, but somehow he can. This sucks. What's up, Chubby? How you doing?
Oh, snap.
I don't know.
Launch today. What are you launching, bro? Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Because it's clear he's watching the episode and his entire stream, there's like 3,000 people on that stream, and all of them are screaming at him to stop what he's doing. He's ruining the episode. But he's not listening to any of them because he's too busy watching the episode, of course. No, I don't think I did. I did get some Justice League figures, but I didn't buy a whole bunch. I'm not a big DC person, apart from, Batman villains. I particularly like DC villains. I don't really like a lot of the other stuff. God, that's just crazy that... Yeah, he had like 3,500 people watching. He's zipping through and telling them all about it, which is nice because nobody can watch it. But because nobody can watch it with him, they're also all mad, and he's lost like 1,500 viewers. This sucks. I want to watch this episode so bad. Yeah, everybody, if you're trying to get in, just keep trying to get in. So that until then we can just kind of BS for a few. So anybody get anything good this week? I got some people down the street from me are going to have a big yard sale this weekend, and I'm going to go down there. I don't think they have any toys or anything, but I know they have some books and stuff like that. So I can go through all that and see. But apart from that, I haven't really bought anything this week. It's last week was mortgage week, so this week is always real short. Okay. Try Disney Plus again. Man, this just sucks. What's funny is I keep clicking over just to see what that guy's doing, and people are actually still sending him super chats, screaming at him to stop watching the episode. and he's just not paying attention from them. I saw a Candyman today as I was wandering around. Migos are light on the shelves again. Weirdly, my Target got a whole bunch of the first series of Wave back in from like a year or so ago. But my Walmart got some Candyman and Silence of the Lambs and some Picards in again. I read that too fast, Franco. And I thought you said you bought some Candyland figures, which was funny because I almost bought some of the Candyland Pops today while I was out doing some shopping. I did actually pick up a couple Pops. I got the Fred and Barney cereal Pops, and then there are 2 new Freddie Mercury Pops. Is it? All right. I will log in and see if we can get on. Ha. Man, come on. Oh. Okay, here. Guys, give me a sec. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay. Just getting back in. Okay, I am in. Yeah, I don't care. WandaVision. Oh, man. So now I'm getting an error message that says we are experiencing slow internet speeds. Please check to see that you are still connected to the internet. Of course, I'm connected to the internet, or I wouldn't be able to see your message telling me that you're having slow internet. Hilarious. Okay. Let's see. Oh, those Sundar, the Barbarian Pops are. I'm going to be so mad if I can't get those. Okay. No, Chubby, I have not. I'll have to check that out and see. Yeah, Nathan, those I've been waiting for those forever. And knowing what a huge Hanna-Barbera fan their creator is, I'm surprised it took this long to get to them. But making them a 3-pack is just going to be horrible. Okay, so the 7th episode is called Breaking the Fourth Wall. Let's see if, man, can anybody actually start the episode? I just keep getting this same error message over and over again. So it's very annoying. I wonder if it will let me watch anything. No. WandaVision. Oh, Black Star would be very cool. You know, I think if since he got He-Man and does He-Man stuff, I would not be surprised if he got some Filmation, the rest of Filmation stuff. I really love my Space Ghost ones. Herculoids would be excellent. That's another one that I'm not sure why they haven't done any. Galactic Trio might be really a deep dig, even for him. Although he does a lot of weird stuff. There's some Hanna-Barbera, you know, Loopy Lion and things like that I never thought I'd see. Okay. Yeah, I just keep getting kicked back to the main home page. I'm sorry, everybody. This sucks. Let's see. Back to Marvel. Back to WandaVision. This is what happens when you put your page in charge. Give your control over your page to a multinational corporation that, you know, runs quadrillion-dollar theme parks, but obviously needs a few new servers. Yeah, late night toy talk. That's about all we've got. Man, that's annoying. Well, shoot. All right.
Monica's suiting up. Monica is suiting up.
Yeah, I mean, this guy is. His name's Soups. He has about 100,000 followers, and he's not listening to, you know, I guess he's just continuing his stream because he's the only one who can see it. So he's trying to give a play-by-play of what's going on so people will know. But he's hemorrhaging viewers just because. But anyway, so I did see the third wave of AEW figures today, which was pretty cool. At a Walmart, but then the other couple places I went didn't have anything again. One of the Walmarts I went to had several pallets of toys out, but it's all preschool stuff. I don't know why. I still don't know why. They really do need to do a Lino Play World KC, and they could do the KB Toys Soldier. There's, they haven't got into, clothing icons and stuff. I mean, they could do a Hush Puppy. The ad icons, they're starting to get a little short on the ground, but they haven't even done a Burger King guy yet. Wendy's basically begged them to make one last week for Wendy, or at least do Dave Thomas, or the Where's the Beef Lady. We did get a big boy with a Big Boys shop recently, and of course the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. But okay, trying again. Oops. Almost clicked on The Simpsons. I wonder if anything would work. Or if it's just the whole net is down for them. Okay. Pause. I am in. I can see it's playing. So now, what do you guys want to do? I can see. Can anybody else see their streams? It's funny, these stream things I do get a couple hundred views afterwards. Probably won't anymore because they won't know that it takes almost 27 minutes to get to the actual show. Guys, anybody still here? I think it says there's 5 of us left. I don't know, Chubby. I think they're just the main guys. But I'd want them to do. I don't know if I'd want them to do. I'd like Super 7 to make some figures that either aren't the huge things like those new Conan ones or Reaction. I'd actually like to see them do normal figures, kind of like their Thundercats ones and stuff. Okay, Nate's in, Nerf's in. Frank, are you on? Are you in to the episode? So at the moment, I have it stopped at 1 minute and 40 seconds is where I'm going to start the episode. It does not. It has a previously there, and then it has a, it has whatever. So, and just jumping forward just slightly, there is a post-credit scene. So we'll have to stay for that. Okay. So we're going to start at 1 minute and 40 seconds, and we're going to go ahead and start the episode. So I will talk a little bit. Chubby, do you want us to continue without you? And you can just listen along? Okay. So I'm going to hit the play button. We're at 1 minute and 40 seconds into the episode. Stupid songs. First thing in the morning. Showing Wanda in bed alone.
Right? Letting our fear and anger get the best of us. Intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created. Mom, are you coming down soon? Mom, our game is freaking out.
Whoa. The kids are playing, they're playing Atari. Now they're playing 64. Now they're playing Uno. She's broken the fourth wall. And she knows that she's expanded the world beyond what she can control.
As punishment for my breakfast evening, I plan on taking a quarantine-style vacation. The whole day. Just
Gosh, Wanda's day off. She's still in her costume from last episode.
I got her lick first. You always get to it first.
I'm glad that they didn't age the twins up. I think they did a great job casting these two kids. Mm-hmm. Who's the kid? That'd be interesting to see if somebody goes back and freeze frames that to see who the missing child was.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. It's probably just a case of one of these. Am I right?
Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Huh. Is this The Office? I don't know what. Man, I hate not knowing what these shows are. Well, S.W.O.R.D hasn't learned their lesson and has set up a temporary retreat 8 miles outside the border.
Lucky for us, she pumped the brakes.
Yeah, I feel very lucky. What's happening with the broadcast?
Dead air. The signal's gone.
Make sure the team has everything they need. We launch today.
Yes, sir.
Hayward is just a piece of shit. Oh wow, you can really see the hex now. Vision is waking up in the middle of the carnival. I would assume nobody will even notice that he's in a costume because, you know, there's clowns and jugglers and everything else everywhere.
You're the new clown? At least you're already in makeup. You're late for rehearsal with the escape artist.
With the escape artist. Did they make Darcy? They made Darcy an escape artist.
To be honest, it doesn't really speak to my skill set. I put in for the bearded lady, but this alabaster complexion wasn't for me.
I still wanted her to be a waitress.
You don't remember me from last night?
Modern Family. I assumed they'd eventually get to an ABC product.
Hard cat.
No, wait! Wait up!
Have you seen your dad? No. Can we go look for him? No, if he doesn't want to be here, there's nothing I can do about it.
Hey, Mom. Last night, Uncle P said that thing about me killing Dad.
Don't believe anything that man said. He's not your uncle.
Who is he?
His family. I don't know. And as such, you were counting on me to have all the answers, right?
Yes, Wanda, we want you to have all the answers.
I have no answers. Zero, no. Not a answer. I'm starting to believe that everything is meaningless. You're welcome to go around.
You know, when a possibly reality-changing person is starting to have a breakdown inside her own breakdown, that's not good.
Vision is made of vibranium. They literally inherited tough skin. Hi, Agnes. Come on in. I get up, but I just don't want to. I think I got down the next time. She was one split anyway from cutting her own veins. Hey, boys.
I love her casting.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. take care of you.
Yeah, Wanda definitely looks like she should be day drinking.
Go with Agnes.
I promise I won't fight.
Hmm.
Actually, did
Ooh,
try to kill her.
voluntarily giving her children up to Agnes.
Our life saver. Is there anything I can do for you?
You know what? I do have a suspicious mole on my back that I just can't see. It's boundaries. I get it. Say no more. All right, gentlemen, let's keep it moving. You know what? If one of you two could take a quick look, I'd appreciate it.
That's not going to end well. In the vast cacophony of things Disney owns, they don't own a breakfast cereal company. Now the whole world is changing from time to time.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, Wanda, you can keep telling yourself you're fine. You're not fine.
Darcy made it through that last firewall, all right.
Oh, what'd you find?
R&D reports, all on the same project. Codename Cataract.
Cataract.
Hayward wasn't decommissioning Vision. He was trying to bring it back online. Nothing worked until...
Wanda stole Vision's body.
That's why he was so focused on tracking Vision inside the Hex.
Hayward wants his sentient weapon back.
Someone has to tell Wanda.
Here we are.
Who are these guys?
Major Goodner, Captain Rambo. Is Agent Wu? Nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming. My mother would appreciate you. She's not the only one with loyalty, Captain. Let me show you what we brought you.
It's always nice to know when black clandestine organizations have other clandestine organizations inside of them. You know, like Hydra was inside S.W.O.R.D.
Did you get your specs right?
It's a cool little moon rovery looking thing.
She's perfect.
Meanwhile, back at the fair.
You tried to help me.
Doubtful. I'm notoriously self-involved.
No. Please, just hear me. I believe that you were part of the team monitoring the supernatural anomaly, and now, well, you're in it.
Fine. I'll go out with you, but I'm ordering my life.
Love Darcy so much.
Mine. His tray's getting too heavy.
Oh, your bad cat. Oh, okay.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
all right?
Oh, hello, Self.
Hey, Vision fixed
You know,
Darcy.
part of me secretly wanted a guest spot on the show, but seriously, that sucks.
Look, what is your name? Your real name?
Darcy Lewis.
Darcy Lewis, I intercepted the communication regarding your work. Hey, the lions just got off stage. You're up. Dr. Lewis, I have questions.
I haven't. Oh, should we take this convo on the road?
Excellent. You two are up. No, I'm so sorry. Doctor and I have a prior engagement. She's not going anywhere. Oh, my nose.
I'm sorry.
It's feeling Darcy's been wanting to punch somebody for this entire series.
Your house, I assume?
Dr. Lewis, my questions. My children's son.
That I don't know.
Who is that imposter Pietro?
It's me. Aha! Let's go.
Great. Sorry, can't hear you.
They're stealing the funnel truck.
I'm so sorry. Double book. Stop! What's going on today? What are you doing? I'm ruining you!
I may have let the music play for too long. Wanda has almost no control over even the little things in her universe at the moment. Hey, Mr. Stork's back.
I don't understand what's happening. Why it's all falling apart.
I wonder if in her world there's actually a camera crew in front of her. What does she see from her point of view?
What?
There.
You're not supposed to talk.
Well, that answers that question. The camera crew can see her.
What the world goes on about you.
I remember if there was somebody last week, but somebody was saying that these could be her parents. That's why they're the same people in every ad.
Side effects include feeling your feelings, confronting your truth, seizing your destiny, and possibly more depression. You should not take this unless your doctor has cleared you to move on with your life. Next. Because the world doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah, Nerf, I know. As I speak, Disney answers. Frog lady. Well, at least in this show, nobody would eat her children.
No. It's because it's fun. You're fine, Agnes. On the inside. Do you think my mom is okay?
Oh, for sure. Oh, you don't have to worry about your mom. Your mom can do anything. She's super mom. Ralph says I sugarcoat things, but you try telling a 10-year-old that his mother is 2 pieces of cocoa pie.
There's Ralph again.
We're all set, Captain.
Sorry she's not here to give her stamp of approval.
No.
Well, I would assume that when Rambo's suiting up in some sort of space gear to get in her Mars rover and drive into the thing. I would assume that as soon as she does, it's going to morph this outfit into her comic book outfit. It's the same color scheme. I feel like I've seen that rover somewhere before.
One of those heavily armored space buildings. She's going to sail right through, unharmed.
Oh.
Capcom check.
And if anything huge happens, I won't say anything.
On your order, Captain. Moving out.
It'd be interesting to see with the if they go into the Nexus stuff at all.
Contact in 5, 4.
Cousin Oliver. They already did that with the brother. Yeah, Proton's outfit.
What happened to sailing right through?
The density is matching him. I'm close! It's gonna get!
Oh yeah? Cool there. We're not there yet. We've still got about 10 minutes or so before we get to that.
The structural integrity's failing. It's disintegrating.
No, it's being rewritten. Monica, get out of there. Out of there. Monica.
And too late. Oh, oh.
Get a med evac now.
Ooh. That's awesome.
No. No.
I can get through.
Monica, no!
Yeah, she figured out that she can get through, but probably because she's already, in tune with the world.
Your mom's lucky. She's never had enough kids to make herself a swan.
We're all going S.W.O.R.D on here. There we go. Up, yep, there it is. She just gained her powers. Her outfit didn't change. Well, good for her. She doesn't have to wear those contacts forever. Ah. Well, that looks even more like her costume than normal.
So, Wanda killed him?
Yes. But it's not that simple. You asked her to do it.
Why would I have done that?
To save the universe? Well, half of it.
Did it work?
You did. Until the bad guy rewound time and killed you himself. There are a few extra steps, but to set up the context.
I came back and died again.
And she had to watch. Another red light?
Darcy giving the 30-second wrap-up of Endgame.
Yes. I think that Wanda is creating these impediments to stop me returning home.
With another range of lights, right? Whoa!
Sudden construction crews, rain, stoplights that don't change.
I'm not amused.
We're back to just being a great sitcom-ish episode. Honestly, I've never watched an episode of Modern Family.
My purpose was born of Ultron's plan for global genocide.
Correct.
What am I now?
Honestly, I'm a STEM type of lady, so I thought you could put the switch on your head and brought you back to life, but I don't get is why you can't lose a head. What I do know is that I've been watching WandaVision for the past week, and the love you two have is real. Go on.
I mean, we're all still convinced that Agnes is running this whole show, right?
Wanda, what are you doing? Wanda, how did you get in here? Listen to me. This whole thing is about Vision. Get out of my house. Hayward was trying to bring him. Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear about it.
Whoops.
From the missile Pietro. Pietro, no, that wasn't. All you do is lie.
Uh-oh.
The only lies I've told are the ones you put in my mouth. Careful. What you say to me. Do it then. Take me out. That's where you and Hayward differ. He's gonna burn Westview to the ground just to get what he wants. Don't let him make you the villain. Mary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not afraid of you, Wanda. I lost the person closest to me too. The worst thing I can think of is already happened to me. And I can't change it. I can't undo it. I can't control this pain anymore. And I don't think I want to. Because it's my truth.
Trying to convince Wanda.
Wanda, you ready? I
Yep.
think you overstayed your welcome. Poor Wanda's the truth. This doesn't concern you.
Uh-oh.
Little Wanda. Wanda, you have to take it down. No. Don't make me hurt you.
Yep. Here's Agnes controlling her. And the delivery guy, is he Mephisto?
Finally. Oh, come on!
That's- Every second Darcy's on the screen is wonderful.
Puppies?
I had no idea how much fun the heavy gear that will come to us. Unless we both have it. Yes. Well, I can't remember. To me, it feels like it happened to someone else, you know, but for her, it's mere weeks ago. What am I doing here? Sitting, talking to you. When I this is absurd. I need to get my life.
What? Yeah. See, what does Vision see?
Longest millionaire then.
Oh, here. Would you like a cup of tea, hon?
Wow, I really like Agnes's house.
Down. What's that? Oh, I think
Uh-huh. Whoa! It's Yo Gummy Gubby, whatever the heck that show was called. Is that a Disney property? Because that's the only other IP we've ever had, if it is. Uh-oh.
Where are the twins?
Oh, we're just playing in the basement.
Don't go into the basement, Wanda.
Boys?
No, not yet. We still have probably about another 5 minutes. We're very close. Hey, Off-World, how you doing? Wanda's in the basement. Oh, creepy vines.
Tommy?
Uh,
Billy?
yeah. comes Mephisto. Maybe it has been Ralph all this time. A bunch of sigils on the walls, of course. And on the ground. Oh, hey, what's this book? There we go. It's all just a bunch of hocus pocus.
Lovely to finally meet you here.
Messing up everything.
It's been Agatha all along.
Pulling every evil string.
It's been Agatha all along.
I love the new theme song. Now we're the Munsters. Unfortunately, I have to pause it. I'm going to lose everything. Oh, yep. Agatha's the director of the show.
And I killed Sparky too.
Wow. That was harsh. So there is a post-credit scene. So we'll just let the credits run. Oh no, I can't. I gotta hit the mute button. Wow. And she killed Sparky too. So the end credit scene comes up after the two rings merge. Yeah, they just run you over and good night, everybody. Sleep well. We know it's midnight. We know it's, almost 2 a.m. here and 4 a.m. in New York. Now try and sleep. Okay. Should be coming up to the end credit sequence here in a sec. There are some new images. Basically, the world is disassembling itself. Harkness? I'm not at the end credit scene yet. Now I am. I guess the rabbit could be Mephisto.
Sniper's gonna snip.
Yeah, exactly. Who's Pietro? But again, it's how do they know that that's, Quicksilver from the Fox universe? That the episode did not even give me remotely the answers I was hoping for, considering there's only one episode left. Unless there are 9 episodes. I thought there were only 8. Yeah, Ben, this was a great episode. Agatha is a witch. Harkness is. She was a witch at the original Salem witch trials. She's been around for a long time, and she does get her power, or at least has gotten her power from Mephisto. Oh, there are 9 episodes. Okay, then that makes a little more sense. I mean, man, they were going to wrap a lot of stuff up in that last episode then. That makes a little more sense. So I don't feel so bad that, we got pretty much nothing. But it's interesting that we still have no idea who the witness is. No. Agatha is incredibly powerful. She's probably the most powerful witch in the Marvel universe. But we're not sure because we don't know what Wanda isn't Wanda in the MCU. Because in the normal Marvel, of course, she's Magneto's daughter. And in this world, she's not. So she was created. She wasn't born because there weren't mutants, at all. Good night, Frank. Thanks for dropping by. It would be cool if they brought Magneto in. Yes. Yes, definitely off-world. And the episode ends. Thanks for dropping by. What? I did love the Munsters opening. That was pretty cool. But with oh, I forgot all about that. I mean, unless the doctor who was coming was that military person, Ben, you're right. I was too into the episode. I completely forgot that that's what we were supposed to be watching for. Now I'm going to have to go back and see, well, it doesn't say doctor on her stuff. Huh. Weak. Yeah. Thanks for ruining it, Ben. Jeez. Here we've been, that's what I've been concentrating on all week, and I completely forgot. Oh yeah. Rambeau's always been underrated. But she's pretty powerful. I mean, I guess Captain Marvel could come in, but I don't know. Hey Josh, how you doing? Well, everybody was a little behind because of the stupid internets breaking constantly. So don't feel bad. We were all about a half hour behind to start with, and then so everybody was slightly off. Good. Wide awake now. Still have to be at work in less than 3 hours, but no mystery box Monday, or at least I don't think. We'll see. It's really, really cold here, and I don't like getting my figures out of the garage because they can pops the glue off of them. But I might just go into the garage tomorrow and grab one, and by the time Monday rolls around, it will have warmed up enough. Yeah. Yeah, and that's got to be part of what the next episode has got to be, is some more flashbacks about how she got them back together, or did she kind of put that thought into Wanda's head? See, WWE, thanks for dropping by. And then go from there. No, Agatha's never alone. And the fact that Wanda gave her children to her, in the witch world, that's a lot. That was a lot of power. So we'll see if they actually do anything with all that. I was really hoping they showed Mephisto at the end, and just he's the one who's controlling it instead of Harkness. But yeah, Ben, you and me too, because he still obviously has sentience outside of Wanda's control. No, the kids are actually part of the new Avengers, so they move forward. Actually, well, honestly, I don't know. They have killed the children before and brought them back because it's a comic book, and so they do that kind of crap all the time. But in the MCU, I don't know if they'll actually kill the kids because both the kids actually have powers. They're real people, and Harkness was the one in the comics who helped Wanda create them. I think in one storyline they were actually an illusion, and then in another storyline they were real. Yeah, yeah, it was it was all, they didn't have one scene together. It was all shot weird, you know. I know, more to think about, and we're still thinking about other things, like Ben pointed out, the scientist. I mean, unless that group was the scientist, then that was anticlimactic for being talked about for a couple episodes, and this person's coming and blah blah blah, and then all we get's a lost in space vehicle. I don't know. I mean, I hope not. Again, that comes up every week, and every week we don't know. Um, Usually, Vision, as in most things, sacrifices himself for everybody. Yes, yeah, Josh, I do. I think that's how they're slowly working mutants in. Um, I mean, unless they just tear something open and dump mutants into our world or something, I still think something's going to end with the Hex. How I thought it was going to end is the Hex expanding out to the cover of the entire planet. And then basically that creates mutants. Now, how we'd incorporate the X-Men into them, I don't know. Yeah. Well, and we've seen what must be the part of the next episode where her and Vision are talking, and he's like, "You want to fight for the? If you love this place, then you need to fight for it." And then they both fly off to go fight Hayward, I guess. Yeah, we got to the post-credit scene. So now it's a question of, did Mephisto bring him back from the Fox side, or is he? Are we reading too much into it as viewers? Maybe he just happens to look like someone that we know because they're messing with us. I've come to the possibility that he's not actually the Quicksilver from the Fox world, that he just happens to look like him. And Mephisto is actually messing with us because we know. So we're being drawn into the show because of that. I don't know. That may be a little too far-fetched. That may be thinking a little too much into it. But there has to be a reason that they chose Evan Peters to come back and be Quicksilver. They knew it would cause a hubbub in the fandom. So, yeah, I hope that, when she's like, how did this happen? And Harkness can be like, well, dearie, here you go. And does, like that. And suddenly we see flashbacks. Yes, and he could have, but why does he have our Quicksilver's memories? It's just that episode confused me greatly. Yes, and Nerf and Ben, what if those bits of the trailer that we've seen with them going to fight isn't actually in the show? That's just an extra bit that they've thrown to throw us off the scent again. And here we are for another week. We're going to be talking about this and trying to figure it out. And as soon as I get to work today, I know there's 3 or 4 guys who are going to watch it before I get there. and we'll sit around and talk about this for another hour or two today. Ben, I think that's going to be a lot of what it is. I don't know. Agatha's plans are always weird, and convoluted, and way too involved, which is how comic book plots are. But she did have to get the kids, and Wanda giving to them to her freely is always part of giving yourself over freely, or your children over freely, to witches or to the devil, in this case Mephisto, is telling. It's also telling that they were playing with that rabbit. But yeah, Quicksilver's memories could have been implanted into that Quicksilver. And it's all about manipulating Wanda. It's all about controlling her and controlling the world. Her reality building abilities is something unique in the Marvel universe at this point. So maybe that is what needed to happen. Harkness needed twins. She needed powerful twins. And so she had to create them somehow. I know, Nerf, it actually hurts my head this early in the morning to be thinking like this. It does. You just want to go back to sleep and then get back up and rewatch it again to catch everything. I do want to know who was on that milk carton. Now, it was slightly blurred, so it could be that there was nobody on there. But it would have been interesting if it had been twins, and it had been her twins, and she just never saw it. But because we don't know of any missing kids, well, except all the missing kids in Westview. It's also interesting that none of them were at the carnival. They were all still in town. And like the whole show has been split into two things. There was Vision's part of the episode and Wanda's part of the episode, and the two won't meet. Well, and I need to rewatch it, but didn't it look like to you that when the beginning of the episode, or the beginning of the Munsters bit with Harkness, that she changes from Vision to herself? Is that something I just think I thought I saw? Because if so, then maybe Vision isn't really there and is another illusion. But then why create that outside the hex? I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely a page turner. This is like they'd have those big Marvel crossover episodes every year in the comics, and then you get to the end of the Spider-Man episode and it's like, oh, well, to be continued in West Coast Avengers number 118. And you're like, son of a, that doesn't come out till next week. But every minute, Darcy, I have a soft spot for her anyway. She's incredibly pretty, and I actually enjoyed Two Broke Girls. I know it's sad, but sometimes you gotta love just stupid comedy shows. But I love Darcy in the MCU, and that actress is perfect for the role, and she does a great job. Making her an escape artist was great. She's absolutely hilarious, and I really miss her and Jimmy together this episode. They really shouldn't have teased us with them being together so much, although her and Vision were great together. I still want that her and Jimmy spinoff. Just grab a couple writers from Two Broke Girls and from Fresh Off the Boat, throw them together with a couple writers from the X-Files, and you have a show. It'll write itself as they're going along. And they can just kind of investigate the weirder aspects the Marvel universe. Kind of like if anybody knows the series Damage Control, it's a it was a comic book series and was going to be a television series for Disney, and then they kind of dropped it. It's an organization backed by Tony Stark actually owns them now, but they're basically an insurance company for people whose stuff is destroyed by, alien invasions and stuff, and they come in and clean up. Tarth, you don't sleep anyway. Don't lie. Yeah, Nathan, you're absolutely right. I will be, Ben. I'm gonna do this for the next couple of weeks. Hopefully, there won't be such a lag next week. Hopefully, Disney will throw some new servers on, but clearly, they underestimate the people who are trying to watch this all simultaneously. I don't want them to start releasing it, midnight New York time, and then midnight Chicago time, midnight Houston time, midnight Denver time. I don't want that, because then we couldn't all watch together. We'd all have to figure out a time to get together, and yeah, Josh, that's exactly what happened last week. And I finally fell asleep last week at about 3:30. So I got another about hour and a half of sleep last week, and I think that's how it's going to be this week. I think I'm going to, no, but I liked the Halloween. I like Halloween episodes of any show. I am a sucker for holiday episodes. I'm a big sucker for Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas episodes. The Thanksgiving episodes on what's that 180s show called? Can't remember. I love those, but Christmas and Halloween, especially Halloween episodes, I love. And I think this one was written better, but that one had more fun. I think. I don't know. Josh, sadly, man, you are right. I would not put that past Disney. It would get even more buzz for next week's episode. You hate to be so cynical that that's a pre-planned thing, but yeah. Yeah, Nerf, I'll be here. So, tell friends, family, if they want to watch with us. I love this bit after the episode, so we can, all have our minds blown together, and then, try and figure this mess out. Because, like Josh and Ben are talking, if there are 9 episodes, then the next episode is what I thought this episode will be, which is going to give us all the backstory we really want. And if there are 9 episodes, which you guys say there are, and I'm going to say, yeah, that's true then, which means there'll be 1 week where we'll get to have sleep before Falcon and the Winter Soldier starts coming out at midnight every Friday, starting on the 15th of March, I think it was. Yeah, Ben, I would, I'd kind of be doing what I'm doing now, which is kind of talking to myself. I'd be running this over in my head, and, I'd be like, oh man, I don't, but being able to bounce this off you guys, this is what I really love about the live streaming, is because this is really like sitting around in the lobby of the Con Hotel, and it's late at night. We've just watched something really cool. We're all sitting around. We're going to grab a drink or some coffee, and we're just going to BS and talk about what we just watched. And that's what I really love about sleeping streams, and what I've really started liking about my live streams. I may not have a ton of people on them yet, but you guys are great, and you all have wonderful ideas. And because everybody's read different things and had come from different angles, like Ben said, I didn't even remember that we were supposed to be watching out for that um, scientist. And so, I mean, I'm still focused on who the witness is. Who brought Wu to this in the first place? Um, is it Ralph? Is this where's the rabbit Ralph? Darth, once all this crap is over, you really should, even if it's just to one of your local cons. I go to big ones every so often, but I've never been to San Diego. I don't think I could deal with that many people. The one here in Denver, I think, is pretty much shut down now. They had some financial issues, but we get 100 to 100 and some 5,000 people over the weekend at our cons, and that was good enough. But there's like 160,000 people all the time at San Diego Comic-Con, and I don't think I can deal with that. The best con to go to, in my opinion, this is just me, because I've not been to San Diego and I haven't been to New York, is Dragon Con in Atlanta. It is an absolute blast. You will meet some of the nicest people. It is a huge cosplay con, so much so that Atlanta shuts Peach Street, which is the main street in Atlanta, down, and they have like a 2-hour parade of cosplayers. And there's floats, and the 501 is there, and there's like 200 or 300 of them. It is a great time. So Darth, if you can get to any con, is fun, because you'll meet people like this that are here, except you'll meet them in person. Some people don't like people, and the internet works great for them. But sitting around and being BSing with people and talking about, oh well, I've read this series, I've read House of M, but somebody else might not have, so I can explain kind of what was going on in this. Yeah, Nate, you lived out that way, and it's crazy. I watch it every year on the TV and stuff, and I don't see how anything gets accomplished because the lines are so long. And then you have people who hall sit, and they just sit in hall H or whatever, and they used to be able to sit all day. Darth Blaze, I would love to go to a celebration. Next year's is I think it's in Anaheim. This year. I think it might even be this year. But until all this stuff gets cleaned up, they're just going to keep moving or canceling. We had one, the Denver Comic Con kind of shut down. We have another one called Starfest that usually runs in April, and we haven't heard one word about it yet. So I doubt that's going to happen because the hotel can only have like 40 or 50% occupancy. So you can't even really have a con. The closest thing we have now is in August, which is at Colorado Springs Comic Con, which they've started announcing stuff. But did they move Emerald all the way to December? That's cool, Josh. Emerald's another one I'd like to go to. And also Salt Lake Comic Con. Emerald Con, if it's moved to December, which is funny because Funko next week, I think, is selling all its Emerald City Comic Con exclusives and stuff online, which means they're going to create another new set for this December. I know New York Comic Con is still going. That's in October. Yeah. And Nerf's right. It's Darth. I think you'd get a kick out of it. If you like to people watch, that's what I like most about Dragon Con. everybody, I mean, every genre of anything is represented. I've seen people cosplay as some of the most obscure Japanese animation stuff to this guy who was cosplayed Jim Henson and was absolutely perfect. I've seen somebody cosplay Lionel Richie's album cover, a member of Kiss as a stormtrooper. The imagination of the people at Dragon Con is just unlimited, and everybody gets around in the hotels. You've seen the hotels. Um, if you've watched some Marvel stuff and also the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games, some of the stuff for the cities were shot in the hotels in downtown Atlanta. And Josh, it really is big now. I mean, they're in 7 hotels in downtown, and now they've taken over well, I don't know if it's still going to be able to. There's uh, like a merchandise center across the street from the Peachtree Hotel, the Marriott, and they've taken over all 3 floors of that just for the dealer's room, and that took hours. Yep, Max, we're talking about cons, and just kind of we were talking about Dragon Con and some of us wanting to go to San Diego, and um, Nate, I really hope they're able to. Even if they're only able to do a certain amount of people, they're such a big con. Even if they could be a trailblazer to show that we can do cons again. Oh, cool. Which Riddler? The Jim Carrey one or Frank Gorshin? Were you in the suit or the spandex? And I think I definitely am not going this year, but I'm going to go to Dragon Con next year. This year, the big trip is Disney World in December. So, Darth, that'd be a good pull for us if they'd allow us to have the Super Bowl. They already told us when we built our new stadium that if we didn't put a closable roof on it, that they weren't going to allow us to have the Super Bowl. So we might be out of the race to actually host a Super Bowl because they have to have it in the Florida or California or Texas or blah. Play football out in the snow. That's what I want to watch. Yeah, Josh. I'm hoping Disneyland opens here again. Somebody, I don't know if this was true. Somebody said they were going to actually try and open Main Street, and that they'd simply cut off. You could go all the way down to the Compass, and so you could take pictures at the. Then they weren't going to charge for it. They were going to just open up all the way from the trains all the way down, and go from that. I love Frank's outfit, Nathan. That is one of my favorites. If I could pull it up, no, I can't get to that binder. I had Frank Gorshin sign, get an autographed picture of him when I met him in a con once, and he's in that green suit that I love so much, and that they used that in the animated series. I thought the outfits Carrie wore were nuts. But so was Carrie in that movie. And Darth Disney's not talking about that Star Wars hotel anymore. As far as I know, it's completed, but of course they can't do what they want to do with it because of the COVID. So, Max, that is some of the funnest things when you're bored you're wandering through the hotel and you're like, I don't know what to do, and just randomly turn into a room, and it's either a panel or it's a show you've never watched before. That's actually how I started watching this show, Saint Seiya. the Japanese animated show. I was with a buddy of mine who really liked it. And he was like, "Hey, look, they're playing Saint Seiya. Let's go in there." And I'm like, I've never been a big anime person. Um, but I really liked the show. I thought it was great. And then they started running episodes of a show called Samurai Pizza Cats. And that had me because it was just crazy and nuts and like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with cats. And it was a nuts show. It really was. Well, and that's probably how it should be. Um, Even if they refunded all their money, they should get first pull for the con to come back. Um, and it's a huge business for the community out there, and that's why Disneyland and Universal and Lego all being shut out in California has done such damage because there's probably a 10-mile radius of outside of each of these parks that is hugely affected because the hotels are empty, the fast food places aren't selling as much stuff, the souvenir shops aren't selling stuff, and they need to get some of this stuff at least partially opened. If they can do it at Disney World and Orlando, Universal, they should be able to do the exact same stuff in California. Yeah, and it's uh, I'm still Darth. I'm still very confused on what that Star Wars hotel actually is because they made it sound like it's like a cruise and like the whole hotel is a spaceship, and you actually spend 2 or 3 days in the hotel doing stuff, and then you arrive at Batu, and you get off and you're in Disney World, and you do stuff there, and then you get back on to the spaceship. Um, so I have no idea. That's going to be something for another day. My mom is 70. She couldn't care less about. She wants to see Star Wars Land, and she wants to go to Harry Potter. She could not care less about the whole hotel thing. Um, so, you know, yes, Josh, I would love Godzilla versus King Kong will be the first movie I've seen in a long time. I honestly don't know the last movie I saw in a theater. Um, but yeah, Max, they did do that, and it lost some stuff because it doesn't have as much interacting. I've seen a lot of these virtual cons, and that's great and all, but for the actors and guests, they don't get the feeling of walking into a hall of like 300 people, and these people love you. All they see is view counts. Um, so it's I don't know. And then what's the difference between just sending a picture in to get signed, and then you don't get to meet the person, you don't really get to talk to them. The virtual cons are just not a thing for me. I would get bored, um, and honestly, even watching YouTube and stuff, I usually have a couple windows open. I can be watching three different streamers at the same time, depending on everybody who's streaming. If it's Darth, who never gets off the internet, and if it's Rocco or sleeping, or Nate or Mr. Stargill, sometimes I'll have two or three open, and I try and get back and forth between because I love seeing everybody's conversations. But I'd lose focus in a virtual con. Plus, you don't get the fun of meeting people and walking in and having to sit next to somebody at a panel for something you love and they love. Some of my funnest conventions are actually the supernatural conventions, and I went to them in Vegas for several years, and they were so much fun because you meet all these people from all over the country and the world, because the Vegas ones are the biggest ones, and they all love the same thing, and they all love you can talk about their favorite episodes and their favorite guest stars and who they've met, and why they have a crush on Crowley instead of a crush on Castiel, which are deep conversations you never want to start with a group of ladies. But um, Darth, I'm still trying to remember the last movie. It might have been the Addams Family cartoon. That may have been the last thing I saw in the theater, because I think that would have been October of 2019. And I didn't see Frozen 2. And so I think that was the last movie, unless there was something somebody can remind me of in December of last year. I don't remember. Unless, was that Star Wars? Was Rise of Skywalker last December? Isn't that sad that Star Wars has gotten to a point where I can't remember when the last one came out? Sad. Oh, Max, that would have been cool. An X-Files convention, that would have been fun. I love getting into conversations with conspiracy theorists and just lobbing small grenades about small little bits of knowledge I have, and watching their heads spin. That's so much fun. Sometimes I do it on purpose. Sometimes their conspiracy theories are actually really good, and so they slightly damage my view of reality, and so I have to help myself come back to, wait, that can't be right. Okay, I can't remember. As soon as until the Disney movies came out, I saw every Star Wars movie at least 10 times in the theater before I would even own it on VHS or DVD or whatever. And then when The Force Awakens came out, I think I saw it 4 times in the theater. And then I was forced to see you later, Nate. Yeah, I got to get off here in a few minutes myself, just because I got to be up in a couple hours. And I saw The Last Jedi twice, and then I saw Rise of Skywalker once. And I saw Han Solo a couple times, and I saw Rogue One a couple times. But it's, all right, Nerf, see you next week. Check back every so often. I'll probably do a live stream maybe Sunday. We'll see. Or I might do a Mystery Mondays box again if I grab that out of the garage. But Josh, I have a buddy who he runs a AMC out here, and those guys, I hear you, it's been bad. Yeah, Max, the thing about conspiracy theories is they used to be hard to believe because you couldn't find as much information. Now, flat earthers, I still don't understand flat earthers. And especially like QAnon guys, you can find enough information on the internet to keep feeding what you want. My conspiracy theory is I read true crime stuff on Jack the Ripper. And so every time there's a new book, it's a completely new theory with a new person. And it's all a big conspiracy theory because nobody's ever going to know who that was. But I like reading the books because every one of them has a different view of that event. And, so do the moon lander people who think that was faked. And, the everything else. Yeah, the flat earth, of all the conspiracy theories, I have a friend at work whose newest conspiracy theory is he's absolutely sure that we cured cancer ages ago, and that all the money we pump into it is actually going into black ops operations for the New World Order. I don't know how that works with Eminem giving money and all that stuff for breast cancer awareness and all that. And the flat earth stuff, it's like, you not, and then they say things like, we have millions of people who believe us all around the world. Wait, what was that word you used? Was that round? So yeah, they crack me up. I get the Kennedy conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and to a lesser extent the Pearl Harbor one. But some of these new ones, the internet just feeds, And if you're up real late, like we are, and you just keep going, you can feed that obsession you have. And there's always a new page. There's always a new YouTube channel to watch that'll show you the moon lander from another angle and see how the dust moves and see how the flag flutters. And, you know, yeah, I don't have huge conspiracy theories because some of them are so outrageous they can't be true. Like there's the whole 9/11 one, you know, that the government instigated it. And do you know how many people would have to be involved in order to set it up so that the towers would blow right, that the planes would hit in the right spot, which, you know, whatever, that building 7 would have to explode? There's too many people involved. Just like the moon landing. How many thousands upon thousands of people were involved in the moon project that would have to keep their mouths shut this whole time? And that just doesn't work in the government world. They, you know, they leak stuff constantly. Why those people have security clearances is beyond me. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I really do have to get going. Thank you all for coming. It's 2:30 here. I got to be up in an hour and a half. Again, thanks so much to think about again this week. Damn you, Marvel and Disney. Disney, get your shit together next week so we don't have to do the extra half hour. But glad to see you all again. Stop by. Don't get me started on aliens, Josh. Because then it'll devolve into an argument about aliens versus Predator eventually, because that's how my mind will track that. So I'll see you all next week. Thanks again for coming out. I had a great time as always. If you're not already, please subscribe, like, pass on. I've got a couple new videos up. I got a hunt tomorrow, and I don't know what else is going on Saturday. So we'll see. So talk to you all later. Good night.